All right, we're recording. So, hi you guys, good morning and welcome to my channel. I'm back with a new video, and you guys have requested me to check out some more from Andrew Tate. Some people love the video, some people hate him, but we will check out this clip from the Fresh and Fit podcast. This video is called Tate Made Them Reflect when he revealed this hard reality. So I'm not gonna ramble. Let's get straight into the video and see what they're talking about. All right, let's see.
I don't think most women can actually genuinely understand how lonely the majority of men are.
Yeah.
And you need to truly understand, if you're Joe Schmo, average in nearly every way, in Starbucks working, you ain't getting a DM ever. You girls will never be lonely. As much as you might be unhappy with the possible suitors, you can at least about and flirt if you feel sad. Yeah. There are men out here in the world who have genuine loneliness. And I can prove this statistically. Why do you think it's all the men killing themselves compared to the women?
But could we blame this on lack of communication?
No, we're going to blame this. No. I'm just saying.
I'm just asking.
Sorry. Shout out to her. I'm just loving the situation. He's like, what are you talking about?
I'm just very curious.
The men with,
telling you right now.
The men with absolutely zero partners, do you know what they try? They certainly try communication. They're trying. You're just ignoring their DMs.
Thirsty.
Trust me, they're trying communication. Yeah. The reason is that we have to understand we live in a world now, and we've always lived in a world where women have a natural inclination to align themselves with the top tier males. I can prove this to you. You see these chicks, they see a rapper in the club. They want to fuck with the rapper. Do you think they believe that rapper is loyal?
No.
No, they don't give a fuck. He's the Don. That's the game. It's always been the game. It still is the game. So when we're talking about how it's hard,
I will still say it's for a certain group of women. Like, I never set my foot in a club, and I do not care about what he's talking about, but it's a certain group of women because, like, it could be the brokest guy who gets all the girls. So
men and women.
He's talking about a certain
majority of
reality.
Men. Because you women, because you're all beautiful and you're all smart, most of you only interact with top tier males. So you're like, well, I have these problems.
He's like, yeah, that's me.
Because he's a G. Most men ain't shit. You know that. If you think about it, most men ain't shit. Go walk down the high street. Tell me how many of them stand a chance with you. Usually fucking zero. Most men are desperately lonely. Desperately. Yeah. So you want to sit here and talk about the struggles of life as a woman. There are men out here. The male suicide rate is so many times higher than women for a reason.
Of course.
The life as an average man is brutally depressing. And I'll tell you something. I don't consider myself an average man. I'm a very successful man, right? I have a few genetic gifts. I've worked very hard. I have financial not gifts. I worked for them, right? I've got accolades. I've got everything, right? My life.
She's like, you deserved it.
Life's great. But life as an average man, Joe Schmo, is literally fucking horrible. And I don't think most women understand this, because you know what the biggest problem about being an average dude is?
What?
If you're an average dude and you work in KFC and you ain't shit and you get a chick, you know what the problem with that is? That means your chick is average dudes. Bam. So now everybody's competition.
Bam.
That motherfucker at McDonald's.
Why is everybody competition? Because you would have to stay within your standards.
What if she's in love with you and you're in love with her?
Because why would someone go above their standards or less than if they don't deserve that?
I'm going to tell you.
All right.
When you're a big G, you're hard to replace.
Of course.
But if you're literally Joe Schmo, it's unfortunate, but it's true. You're relatively easy to replace.
But there are women in that. There's women who will take you and fully
complete. Okay, so let me change the paradigm so maybe you understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
Please, my dear, of all the things I am, the last is narrow-minded. Please listen. If you have Joe Schmo and his chick, Joe Schmo gets 0 DMs a year and possibly 1 chick a year who might talk to him. His average ass chick, her inbox is still full.
Bam.
She still has unlimited options. Maybe they ain't great options, but she still has options. And this is the point. This is why men struggle in breakups more than women. How many times have you been with a guy and after the breakup, he's blowing up your phone? Do you know why? because you can go out to the club the same day and get a new guy. Even though that guy was still a cool dude, he's going to be lonely for months now. That's why he's blowing up your phone. It is harder as a man. It's a harder game as a man from head to toe.
He talking about a certain guy, because
it always has been. That's not necessarily a bad thing.
I'm not saying they're not rich or anything like that.
You women are the prize. Fantastic. Good. You're the one who can have the babies. Great thing. But when we're sitting here talking about, oh, it's hard as a chick, it is 1,000 times harder for men. And we're talking about G's of the game. If I were to sit here and send 100 DMs, right? I've got a few followers. I got cars, money all over my page.
Hundreds of thousands of followers.
Okay. I got a blue tick, right? I'll still only get 40, 50% reply. Okay. Imagine I had 300 followers in a Toyota. It's 0%. You guys don't understand. These guys are operating at 0% reply rate. Zero. And it's fucking hard.
And you know what the funny part is, Andrew? It's because they're so oblivious to it because they only see the top tier of men. Like right now, when I asked you, what percentage of men do you think are sexually active? If I didn't tell you it was 20%, you probably would have told me like 80, 90%. You thought all of them were. What I'm trying to tell you is a very small percentage can actually attract and keep women around. There's a reason why guys like Dan Bilzerian, Hugh Hefner, etc., are widely respected by men. The reason why is because it is not easy to attract women. It's extremely difficult. And when I put you as a male, right?
See, when he say that, he gotta talk about like a certain group of men, because a lot of men do not have no issues with getting women. And like I'm saying it again, they're not wealthy or anything like that. It's just what they, who they are, personality. They know how to speak to women. Like, you just gotta have that. Some, like, especially these days with social media and stuff like that, like, both men, but also women, like, you're socially awkward, you're so you don't have the self-confidence and stuff like that. It's just the reality. I mean,
you say, I give guys game. I put you in a male situation.
But like, how are you gonna get? Not all men wanna be like a Hugh Hefner and the damn Brazilian guy. Like, they be talking like they literally say all the men worship them. Like, definitely not. Like, no. I'm a woman saying this. I'm probably gonna get a lot of men coming at me for this, but it's fine. I can take it. But it is showing like a certain group in society. Like, that is, I wouldn't say that's the norm.
Get the girl, you really couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Because you were thinking, okay, well, I'm going to leave with my wallet. I'm going to fly this girl out and her friends, and I'm not going to get finessed. And that's what's going to happen if you do that with a girl randomly from Instagram.
And that's not. And I'm going to jump in. I don't want to look like. I'm going to jump in. Myron's completely right. But that's not a bad thing, because you know what the hardest thing to do as a man is? It takes a lot of experience to learn the very, very fine line. You couldn't possibly know because you're a chick.
Yeah.
It's a very, very fine line.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
Because I don't want to look cheap.
Of course.
I'm not cheap. I'm rich. It's even worse for me, right? Because I get if I land in Dubai and I tag myself in Dubai,
okay,
I check my inbox. It's full of chicks from Brazil, Moscow, Kiev. All these chicks trying to go to Dubai. So they start liking my pictures, etc. They want me to go, hey, I'll fly you out to Dubai. That's what they're hoping me to do. They're trying to
see like a woman that only wants you for your money and like hitting you up saying, I want to go to Dubai. Like, that's not all women are like that. Like, you literally are having escorts or prostitutes like coming at you, because like regular women like myself, I'm a regular woman, we're not like that at all.
Finesse me, right? Because they know I got the money.
I've been to Dubai. I flew myself there, right? I visited.
And I know that's a very unusual experience for most men, but it happens to me. But I don't want to get finessed. They just want to get to Dubai in a hotel. They don't want me, right? Yeah. Now, a lot of men are happy with that trade. A lot of men are the kind of guys who, I call them, in my world, I call them customers. A lot of dudes will pay that money just to have a chance.
And that's fine. Like, they can,
If you don't like me for who I am, I ain't flying you fucking nowhere.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
So that's who I am. So I'm saying it's a very, very fine line, and it's super hard to navigate. I would love, in many ways, for you girls all to become men for a month, and you'd realize it's nearly impossible for most dudes. Think how many DMs a day you ignore.
I agree.
Actually, think about it. You're ignoring them all.
I mean, I get DMs every day.
You probably won't even check his profile unless he has a blue tick.
Yo,
nah.
Or a bunch of followers, man. You see a bunch of followers, you'll check his profile.
Honestly, it depends on where you are in life.
So think about this, right?
Yeah.
Even our current dating marketplace, what are guys doing? OnlyFans, going to, because guess what? They're not getting laid. And here's the worst part. Look at dating apps. Who dominates dating apps? Mostly men. But guess what happens? Most men on dating apps, y'all, are ugly. Or, for example, who do you want to look their way? The point that we're saying here is that like most guys don't have access. And the quote here is, women who they want, men who they can. So that's kind of how we live right now. In today's
Yeah.
marketplace.
I'm bleeping out a lot of
don't think-
things, but yeah, like I said, I'm just saying what I spontaneously think about this. He says some things though, you know, that he didn't include himself in that category and stuff. So he's showing reality, but I wouldn't say that that's the majority. I mean, on this planet, it's more men than women in general. What do you guys think? Like the damn Brazilian guy, like, is that like your role model? You're like, yeah, I want to be that guy. Cause, I don't know. I have a hard time to think, like, I would not want to be around him. Like, obviously the women that are around him are because of the money. That's obvious. But then I'm a woman, so I'm looking at it from my perspective. But obviously we all want to have a good life and have money, be wealthy. Yeah, but other than that, it's more to it. Like, if you want someone to stick around, you're gonna have more to offer than that. It's not like this short list where you just gotta look good, have all the money, then you can get I wouldn't say anyone you want, but you can get a certain group. You just pay them to stay around you. But like, who want to have that kind of relationship? Some people want to, like he described it. Some people pay to get what they want, but you're gonna get a certain type of female. That's what I'm trying to say. But anyways, I will stop rambling. Comment down below your opinion, and hopefully I'll see you guys in another video. Bye. Appreciate you watching.